Please be seated. Good afternoon, graduates, guests of the graduates, and honored members of the Stark State College community on the platform. I'm Dr. Leda Gibson-Shreve, Provost and Chief Academic Officer of Stark State College, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to the 86th Commencement Ceremony for Stark State. This is a formal time to honor the accomplishments of each individual in the graduating class and mark opportunities for progression in their respective career fields. Please join me in extending our thanks to the Heiss Brand Quintet, who is providing the excellent music this afternoon. At this time, it is my privilege to introduce Ryan Johanning, Interfaith Campus Ministries, who will give the reflection. I ask that you stand for the reflection. Please remain standing afterward, at which time Elaine Russell-Rayolfi, second Vice Chair of the Stark State Board of Trustees, will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, and the Stark State Chorale will sing the Star-Spangled Banner.
It is a privilege to be here today with many vibrant and intelligent students who are eager to live out their callings and make a difference in the world. You are not here by accident, but rather because of dedication, hard work, and perseverance. As we look around, we give thanks for the family and friends that surround you and the ways they have helped you, whether it was aiding you in your studies or simply offering encouragement and love. We're also grateful for the staff and faculty who prepared and encouraged you to pursue your dreams and passions. Enjoy this day, one that you will always remember.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. Making arrangements for a graduation requires the time and talents of many dedicated personnel. They are scattered throughout the audience. We compliment them and thank them for their contributions to the success of this event. Please join me in recognizing the outstanding efforts of these individuals. On the platform are Dr. Para Jones, President of the college, the Vice Presidents, and the Deans. Seated on the floor are the college faculty and staff who are dedicated to student success and the mission of Stark State College. I ask the faculty and staff to please stand and be recognized by the graduates and the audience. The dedicated group that just stood is the very visible part of our great institution. Also, there is another group not as visible on a daily basis, but I assure you just as dedicated. These individuals who also voluntarily give their time, talent, and energy are the members of the Stark State College Board of Trustees. It is my pleasure to introduce them. I ask them to stand as I call their name and to remain standing until all have been introduced. And then I ask the audience to recognize them for their dedicated service to our college and the community it serves. Mr. Haroon Rashid, Chair. Mrs. Elaine Russell Rayoffy, First Vice Chair. Ms. Tracy Carter, Second Vice Chair. Mr. Jason Dodson, Esquire. Mrs. Jennifer Stamp. Mrs. Patricia Wackerly. Mr. Jeffrey Walters. Mr. Michael Willer, Esquire. And Mr. Fonda Williams II. Please join me in recognizing our Board of Trustee members. Stark State College has a tradition of honoring our graduating service members and veteran students. The college made available red, white, and blue military recognition cords to wear during commencement to show our gratitude for their service to our country. We are proud to recognize their commitment, sacrifice, and service. I ask the service members and veterans who are graduating, as well as those of you in the audience, to stand and be recognized for your commitment and dedicated service to our country. And now it is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Para Jones, President of Stark State College. Dr. Jones will come to the podium to speak to you about the opportunity as students to stay involved with Stark State College as an alumnus and to introduce our distinguished graduation speaker. Dr. Jones.
Graduates, families, friends, faculty, and staff, welcome. And thank you for joining us today to celebrate the remarkable achievements of our Spring 2025 graduates. Your support has been vital in helping these students reach this milestone, and we deeply appreciate all that you have done. Graduates, today is your day, a time to celebrate your hard-earned success and reflect on the journey that brought you here. This moment honors your dedication, your persistence through late nights, early mornings, and weekends. You sacrificed leisure for purpose, and that commitment has led you to this proud achievement, your graduation. Congratulations. As you step forward as college graduates, remember, the opportunities before you are tremendous. You are entering a strong job market. Employers value your degree from Stark State College, and the outlook for your career has never been brighter. Those of you continuing on to universities, the universities are always grateful and happy to welcome our graduates who continue on for bachelor's degrees and beyond. I encourage you to keep learning and growing, both professionally and personally, because education is a lifelong journey. But beyond your own success, I urge you to give back to your families, your communities, your professions, and to others who will follow in your footsteps. Lean fully into life, embrace the challenges ahead, and strive to make a difference. When you walk across this stage today, you join the ranks of thousands of Stark State alumni who are excelling in their careers, enriching their communities, and shaping the future. Remember, you are never alone in your journey. As a Stark State College graduate, you have access to a strong network through our Alumni Association and College Foundation, ready to support you professionally and personally. On behalf of our Board of Trustees, faculty, and staff, thank you for allowing us to be part of your journey. We are incredibly proud of all you have accomplished. Today, we say farewell to you as students and warmly welcome you as valued members of the Stark State College alumni family. And now it is my distinct privilege to introduce to you our 2025 commencement speaker, Ohio Senator Jane Murphy Timken. Senator Timken was appointed to the Ohio Senate in January of this year, representing the 29th District. She was the first woman elected as chairman of the Ohio Republican Party, serving in that position from 2017 to 2021. She is currently a Republican National Committee woman. Senator Timken practiced law with the Canton firm of Black McCuskey, specializing in civil litigation, employment law, workers' compensation, and medical malpractice defense. She served as a magistrate and law clerk to the Honorable Judge Sarah Leoy in the Stark County Court of Common Pleas and worked with the Souls Law offices. Senator Timken served on Kent State University's Board of Trustees from 2009 to 2015, during which time she served as chair of that board. Senator Timken has served on numerous community and charitable boards, the Henry and Louise Timken Foundation, Arts in Stark, Trillium Family Solutions, Center for Grief Counseling and Education, Ohio Legal Assistance Foundation, North Canton Medical Foundation, and Stark Education Partnership. Senator Timken is currently vice chair of the Ohio Senate Subcommittee on Education. Senator Timken was born and raised in Cincinnati, where her father was a professor emeritus of law at the University of Cincinnati. She is a graduate cum laude of Harvard College. She received her Juris Doctorate summa cum laude from American University, Washington College of Law, Washington, D.C. Senator Timken and her husband, W.J. Tim Timken, live and raised their two children in Stark County. And before, let's welcome Senator Timken. And as she's making her way to the podium, I do want to say, in honor of Senator Timken's speech at our 2025 commencement, we have an engraved brick commemorating this day that will be installed very fittingly in the W.R. Timken Center courtyard on Stark State College's main campus. Thank you, Senator Timken.
Thank you. Thank you, President Jones, trustees, deans, faculty, and honored guests. This is the day you have all been waiting and hoping for many years. It's the day when your hard work, dedication, lack of sleep, anxiety, and determination have paid off. You are graduating. It is a day to reflect on how strong you are, on how you've been supported by your friends and family. I know for most of you, this has not been easy. You have sacrificed your time and your bank accounts for this day. Cherish it. You have earned it. You will face many challenges in life. That is a fact of life. You may already have a job, but you may have to move far away. Or you're still looking for a job, but have doubts as to whether you will find one you like or whether it will pay you enough. You may lose friends and family members, will fall ill. These things may or may not happen, but I believe we are all strong enough to handle what comes our way. Thank your family and friends. They helped you get here. I have been blessed with a wonderful family. They are not typical. They are loud and opinionated, strong-willed, and kind-hearted. My mother was the strength of our family. Sadly, I lost my mother 10 years ago. However, she lived, she was feisty, strong, and commanding. She even tried to arm wrestle me in the hospital. She came to the United States from Scotland at 25. Believe me, that attitude, if it's not Scottish, it's crap, was alive and well in her mind. She married and raised her children. However, at 35, multiple sclerosis attacked her body, but she kept going and working as a nurse, and she kept fighting. She was very wise, and I've tried to live by her words of wisdom. I thought I'd share some with you. Don't lie. No one trusts a liar. She would often quote Shakespeare's Macbeth. Oh, what a tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive. Once you lie, you get yourself into even more trouble than you know. It's not worth it. Be honorable and trustworthy. In the end, you will be happier in life. Take care of the pennies, and the pounds will take care of themselves. Know the value of $1. Don't spend your money on frivolous things. That daily $6 Starbucks adds up to over $2,000 a year. Believe me, I'm not against coffee, and I sure like Starbucks. I'm sure it helped you get through finals, but buy value. You have to separate your needs from your wants. As a kid, we would beg for the latest shoes and jeans. We would try to sneak Twinkies and Pringles into the grocery cart, to no avail. She would not buy it. If you had clothes and shoes, it was good enough. She never bought a label, but she bought good quality items that would last. Know your value. She would say, why buy a cow if the milk is free? Don't let people take advantage of you. That applies to your relationships, friends, partners, coworkers, and bosses. Remember that no one is better than you, and you are better than no one. Don't be arrogant. Care about all people, but don't let people mistreat you. Stay true to your opinions, but respect others. You can be friends with people with whom you disagree. You can have a good, clean argument and move on, but most importantly, stay friends. Don't judge a book by its cover. Look at the heart of a person and what they do, not their hair, their clothes, their shoes, or the color of their skin. Stay calm in a crisis. It doesn't help to stress out. Or as my mom would say, don't get your knickers in a twist. She was a midwife and a nurse. She faced life and death many times on her job. She stayed cool under pressure. Hard work never killed anyone. Often as teenagers, we would try to sleep as late as possible. She was having none of it. She would bang on our bedroom doors and say, "All right, time to get the work done around here." But we never said we were bored, because if we did, she would find something for us to do, and it usually wasn't pleasant. If you're going to do a job, do it right in the first place. Take pride in your work and do it well. But one of the most important things she taught us was to have fun and laugh. She even participated in some of our pranks, and I think she knew about our prank calling, but she never said a word. She lived her life by these principles. Be true to yourself, know your value and the value of the dollar. Work hard, be honest, and have fun. Enjoy today and the days and years to come, but most of all, tell the people in your life you love them. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Senator Timken, for those inspiring words. This afternoon, we will be recognizing each member of the graduating class of spring 2025. In every instance, I am confident the graduate could not have achieved as well without the support and sacrifice by many of you with us today and others unable to be present. Spouses of the graduates, children, parents, relatives, and friends, we at Stark State join our graduates in recognizing your sacrifices and support. Congratulations to you, along with our graduates. At this time, I ask the deans to come to the podium and make their recommendations for the conferring of degrees.
Candidates for the Associate of Arts, Associate of Science, and Associate of Applied Science, including early college, in the Arts and Sciences Division, please stand. Provost Leda Gibson-Shreve, inasmuch as these students have successfully completed the prescribed program for the Associate of Arts, Associate of Science, and Associate of Applied Science at Stark State College, I, Dr. Andrew Steffen, as Dean of the Arts and Sciences Division, with the approval of the faculty, recommend them for conferring of these degrees. Candidates, please be seated.
Candidates for the Associate of Applied Business, Associate of Applied Science, Associate of Science, and Associate of Technical Studies in the Business, Engineering, and Information Technologies Division, please stand. Provost Gibson-Shreve, inasmuch as these students have successfully completed the prescribed program for the Associate of Applied Business, Associate of Applied Science, Associate of Science, and Associate of Technical Studies degrees at Stark State College, I, Dr. Don Ball, as Dean of the Business, Engineering, and Information Technologies Division, with the approval of the faculty, recommend them for conferring of these degrees. Candidates, please be seated.
Candidates for the Associate of Arts, Associate of Science, and Associate of Applied Science in the Health and Public Services Division, please stand. Provost Leda Gibson-Shreve, and as much as these students have successfully completed the prescribed program for the Associate of Arts, Associate of Science, and Associate of Applied Science degrees at Stark State College, I, Dean Maloney, as Dean of Health and Public Services Division, with the approval of the faculty, recommend them for conferring of these degrees. Candidates, please be seated.
President Jones, these students have successfully fulfilled the prescribed programs Associate of Arts, Associate of Science, Associate of Applied Business, Associate of Applied Science, and Associate of Technical Studies. These applications have been certified by the Registrar of Stark State College. As Provost and Chief Academic Officer, I recommend them to you as worthy candidates for the conferring of degrees. Dr. Jones will now come forward to recommend the candidates to the Board of Trustees.
Chairman Rashid and members of the Board of Trustees, on behalf of the faculty and administration of Stark State College, it is my pleasure to present the graduating class of Spring 2025. These candidates have met all of the requirements as set forth by the Ohio Department of Higher Education and the Board of Trustees of Stark State College. And now I call forward the chair of Stark State College's Board of Trustees, Harun Rashid, to approve the candidates for graduation.
Thank you, Dr. Jones. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, I accept the recommendations of the faculty and administration. The candidates of the Spring 2025 graduating class are hereby approved for their respective degrees. Will the candidates come forward and be recognized for completion of their degrees?
The following students will be receiving an Associate of Science degree in Biology. Madison E. Roberts, with distinction, with a second degree in Chemistry and a third Associate of Science degree. The following students will be receiving an Associate of Science degree in Chemistry. Donna G. Aramohi, with high distinction, with a second degree in pre-medical professional concentration and a third Associate of Science degree. Jessica Logan Ballany, with a second degree in pre-medical professional concentration. Camille Jane Chalarillo, with distinction, with a second Associate of Science degree. Ellie Renee Gardinier, with distinction, with a second degree in pre-medical professional concentration and a third Associate of Science degree. Maria Joy Getzmacher, with a second Associate of Science degree. Ian T. Lefevre. Michael Damian Paulin, with high distinction. Asma Kartish, with high distinction, with a second degree in pre-medical professional concentration. Isaiah John Ulrich. The following students will be receiving an Associate of Applied Science degree in Early Childhood Education. Mallory Lane Bates, with high distinction. Angela Marie Dalton, with distinction. Samantha J. Hotelling, with distinction. Marissa Anastasia Martusi, with distinction. Michelle Annette Stokes Grant. Arnisha Ariel Strain. Isabella Helena Teodosio, with distinction. Jocelyn Page Wilmarch, with distinction. The following students will be receiving an Associate of Science degree in Education. Olivia Mara Amatu, with distinction. Ivani Elaine Arzu. Haley Ann Boss, with high distinction. Alexander Joseph Click, with distinction, with a second Associate of Arts degree and a third Associate of Science degree. Rebecca Sue Freeman. Jagger Lee Haynes. Shelby G. Harry. Sherry Lynn Jackson. Jillian Rose Jones Vrebeck. Tania Jo Monk, with high distinction. Daryl Elijah Owens III. George Fritz Rash III, with distinction. Tania Sarai Rodriguez, with distinction. Emma Jean Sproul, with high distinction. Monet Japri Woodall. The following students will be receiving an Associate of Arts degree. Maria Awad, with distinction. Lily A. Ball, with high distinction, with a second Associate of Science degree. Thomas Allen Banks. Jaffriana Adnay Coffey, with a second Associate of Science degree. Caitlin Lee Cox, with distinction, with a second Associate of Science degree. Ella Grace Fawcett, with high distinction. Joshua William Gessimer, with a second Associate of Science degree. Kendra Lee Gertenslager, with high distinction. Christy Marie Gilpin, with distinction. Emily Ann Grove, with a second Associate of Science degree. Emma Catherine Large, with high distinction. Avery F. Mance with high distinction. Nairi N. Parks with a Second Associate of Science degree. Maria Gabriela Ramirez de Pascual. Gabriella Elaine Skidmore with distinction. Gabrielle M. Todd with distinction with a Second Associate of Science degree. Olivia Bell Trumpauer with a Second Associate of Science degree. The following students will be receiving an Associate of Science degree. Rama Moses Askul. Austin Thomas Chambliss. Anna Elizabeth Rose Curtis with high distinction. Virginia Lynn Garrett. Crystal A. Grossweiler. Hannah Grace Kunkel with high distinction. Miles Russell Coos. Isabella N. Merritt with high distinction. Sophia Rose Rodriguez with high distinction. Gwen P. Varner. Gary Lee Walters III with distinction. The following students will be receiving an Associate of Science degree in Physics. Mia Fedak with high distinction with a second degree in Pre-Engineering. Juan Carlos Rodriguez with a second degree in Pre-Engineering. The following students will be receiving an Associate of Arts degree in Psychology. Jacqueline B. Curran Vasa. Patricia L. Dura. Ashley Marie Farage. Dylan C. Jones with distinction. Alexis Antoinette Logan. Nushin Bahar Miradari with distinction. The following student will be receiving an Associate of Applied Science degree in 3D Motion Graphics Technology. Tamahito Sato with distinction. The following students will be receiving an Associate of Applied Business degree in Accounting. Reina Alaznazi. Anastasia Chiobanu with high distinction. Jared Theodore Ellis with high distinction. Sadie Hope Ellsworth with distinction. Emily Elizabeth Ingold. Stephen Logan Kezar. Alexis Lee Miller. Angelo Studer Salvino with distinction. The following students will be receiving an Associate of Applied Business degree in Administrative Office Professional. Rebecca Joy Brown with high distinction. The following student will be receiving an Associate of Applied Science degree in Automation and Robotics Technology. Caleb B. McAllister with distinction. The following students will be receiving an Associate of Applied Science degree in Automotive Technology. Sean W. Fish. Quentin T. Kramer, Jr. Samson Z. Liu with distinction. Christopher E. Miller with high distinction. Gavin Ray Sayre with high distinction.
The following students will be receiving an Associate of Applied Business degree in Business Management. Dearica Lidage Anthony. Ayana Michelle Austin. Gabrielle A. Balden with a second degree in Computer Graphic Arts. Shannon M. Bachman. Madison Shea Bean with high distinction. Corinne Alexandria Block with high distinction. Rachel Lynette Briggs. Hope Elizabeth Buck. Sujan Chauhan with distinction. Alexandria R. Cork. Sean J. Gregg. Deja A. Dominic. Amanda Lynn Duplega. Madison Renee Eshelman. Sherry Fan with high distinction. Savannah Lee Figueroa with high distinction. L. Liana Flinner with distinction. Raven Shantae Floyd Brown. Yvette Krista Hall. Landon Wade Hamilton Topofsky. Emily Lee Henke with distinction. Emma Rose James. Madeline Noel Knopp. Lisa Diane Patterson with high distinction. Lalita Rai. Kalia Lillian Sue Roberts. Tierra L. Roberts with distinction. Avery J. Romaine with high distinction. Pasita Delin Schrader with high distinction. David Michael Wright Jr. with distinction. Shakia M. Wright. The following students will be receiving an Associate of Applied Science degree in Civil Engineering Technology. Rachel Sarah Kirby with high distinction. Beth M. Hodges with distinction. The following students will be receiving an Associate of Applied Science degree in Computer Graphic Arts. Edward Andrew Bueno. Buffy Michelle Greathouse with distinction. Angela Jean Hamrick with high distinction. Asher E. Kelly with distinction. Megan N. Luther. The following students will be receiving an Associate of Applied Science degree in Computer Network Administration and Security Technology. Nicholas James First. Jesse T. Green with high distinction. Jacob Donald Schrock with high distinction. The following students will be receiving an Associate of Applied Business degree in Computer Programming and Database. Mustafa Ali. Lorraine Flor Deco Bugu with high distinction. Mackenzie Elise Johnson. Sulakchana Carey with distinction. William Nichols Malcolm with high distinction. The following students will be receiving an Associate of Applied Science degree in Computer Science and Engineering. Garrison Charles Barker. Austin Joseph Corbett with distinction. Joshua E. Doherty. Zachariah An-Uwi Nini. Zachariah Ano-Nini with distinction. Christopher M. Gibson with distinction. Jaden Aaron Gonzalez with distinction. Christian Joshua LaMonica with high distinction. Jacob S. Popa. Tyler J. Shanauer. Devin M. Wilson with high distinction. The following students will be receiving an Associate of Applied Business degree in Computer Technology. DeAndre Marquise Daniels with distinction. Luke A. Davison. Crystal Marie Schmidt with high distinction. Nicholas Andrew Torriello with distinction. The following students will be receiving an Associate of Applied Science degree in Cybersecurity and Computer Forensic Technology. Tyler Wade Brill with high distinction. Noah David Carter with high distinction. Eric Allen Cool. Marquise Daquan Hull. Scott Charles Johnson with distinction. David Trent Lewis. Mason George Miller. Anthony Thomas Montini with distinction. Noah Thomas Sarneski. Gavin Vale Schrag with distinction. The following students will be receiving an Associate of Applied Science degree in Digital Video and Media Technology. Eliana Marie Hooks with distinction. Darshawn Nathaniel Rogers. Ace J. Tyler. The following students will be receiving an Associate of Applied Science degree in Electrical Electronic Engineering Technology. Devin Michael Bowlby. Gage Anthony Brunoni. Gregory Preston Hardesty with high distinction. Brock Matthew Young. The following student will be receiving an Associate of Applied Business degree in Finance. Zachariah Dwayne Simmons with distinction. The following student will be receiving an Associate of Applied Science degree in Heating, Ventilation, Air Conditioning, and Refrigeration Technology. Evan Daniel McNamara with high distinction. The following students will be receiving an Associate of Applied Business degree in Legal Assisting. Erica S. Poe. Kayla Ann Raber. Faith M. Sadler. The following students will be receiving an Associate of Applied Business degree in Marketing and Sales Management. Kelsey Ray Jacobson with high distinction. Devon J. McClellan. Sophia Ray Thompson with distinction. The following students will be receiving an Associate of Applied Science degree in Mechanical Engineering Technology. Zachary Scott Colburn. Neil P. Edwards with distinction. Noah A. Herbert. MD Saqib Kandokar. Stephen Menalostis Lacan-Lale. Allison K. Peterman with high distinction. The following students will be receiving an Associate of Applied Science degree in Music Production and Engineering. Amethyst Rose. Nia L. Gary with distinction. Jason L. Miller. Owen Davis Shower with high distinction. Devin R. Simpson. Gabriela S. Soto Canada with high distinction. Dominic R. Soulsby with high distinction. The following student will be receiving an Associate of Applied Science degree in Petroleum Technology. Dominic John Emer. The following student will be receiving an Associate of Science degree in Pre-Engineering. Adam M. Orions with high distinction. The following student will be receiving an Associate of Applied Business degree in Web Design and Development. Evelyn Sedana with distinction.
The following student will be receiving an Associate of Technical Studies degree in Information Technology. Casey E. Jimenez. Jacob M. Morconi. The following students will be receiving an Associate of Applied Science degree in Concept-Based Nursing. Aaron Douglas Atkins with distinction. Emily Elizabeth Baker. Melissa Barker. Brandon Taylor Bradshaw. Sarah Elizabeth Butler with distinction. Elizabeth Ruth Carter. Christine D. Clark. Kelly Ann Coles. Andrew Paul Corkman. Jacob Drake Dalton with distinction. Nicole A. Davidson. Brandy Nicole Dillon. Nicolette DeBoer Dorsey. Kenzie Delaney Duffy. Monica Root Earls. Catherine Fliger. James Robert Frankowick. Ray Fundek. Melissa Ann Galloway. Rebecca A. Gosnell. Kayla Dove Haynes with high distinction. Rebecca A. Hess. Bethany A. Huffman. Judith Jeptune. Tabitha Gerono Kimboy. Troy Michael Kind with distinction. Ashley N. Lappin. Amy N. Light with high distinction. Megan Emuline Lombardi. Jacob Daniel Lupardus with distinction. Sarah Ann Miller. Thithi Lalani Nakwa Naninzi. Christy Guy Nakbunta. Angelica Yanchoka with distinction. Angela Rachel Ortolanani. Jenna Ann Render. Michaelin Victoria Rohr with distinction. Paula Sandra Sauerman. Mary N. Sabalu. Tabitha Page Smith. Tori C. Smith. Andrew J. Stratus with distinction. Elizabeth Ashley Thomas. Jack Ryan Wagner. Brock M. Watson. Ziaja Elise Wooford. Rachel Elizabeth Wolf. Wendy R. Woodring. The following students will be receiving an Associate of Arts degree in Criminal Justice. Salma Nader Abutin with distinction. Avery May Allen. Cameron Nelson Best with high distinction. Brooklyn Nicole Dowler with a second Associate of Arts degree. Tiffany M. James. Audrey Nicole Villanova, with distinction, with a second Associate of Arts degree. Courtney M. Warren. Haley N. White. The following student will be receiving an Associate of Science degree in Dental Assisting. Samantha N. Clark. The following students will be receiving an Associate of Applied Science degree in Dental Hygiene. Emily Christine Barnes. Sydney E. Barnhill, with distinction. Jenna Elizabeth Kramer. Aviona D. Hearn, with distinction. Deidre Lynn Hunt. Tori Marie Maihoka, with distinction. Allison Rose Miller. Madeline Alexis Morrison, with distinction. Natalie Jean Skeens. Katrina A. Underwood. Sloan Elise Webster, with distinction. Haley Diana Wells. Rachel J. Zushin. The following students will be receiving an Associate of Science degree in Dietetic Technician. Trevin Sinclair Anderson. Regina Rose Laubacher. The following students will be receiving an Associate of Applied Science degree in Health Information Management. Andrea A. Byers, with high distinction. Latoya M. Carter. Allison Pearl James, with distinction. Shania Leanne Swagger. Catherine Marie Wantz, with distinction. The following students will be receiving an Associate of Applied Science degree in Human and Social Services. Michelle L. Anderson, with distinction. Jennifer S. Baker, with distinction. Kiara C. Christian. Heather R. Fowler, with distinction. Ashley Lynn Hamlin. Olivia Allison Smith, with distinction. Brittany Nicole Terry. Adriana Noel Thompson, with distinction. The following students will be receiving an Associate of Applied Science degree in Massage Therapy. Sophia Lyoki with distinction. Amanda Lynn McKenzie. Samantha Nicole Shoemaker with high distinction. Michaela Danae Triscus. Regan Walker Wanasik. Olivia G. Whitman. The following students will be receiving an Associate of Applied Science degree in Medical Laboratory Technology. Catherine Sue Baker with distinction. Courtney Danae Hoff with distinction. Jamie L. Kramer. Gong Saik Men with distinction. Jordan Ann Murray with distinction. Haley M. Nagel with high distinction. Holden Michael Pillman. The following students will be receiving an Associate of Applied Science degree in Occupational Therapy Assistant. Emily Jean Bettencourt with distinction. Kimberly Castillo Ramirez. Catherine Therese Clark. Micaiah M. Friedman. Jalisa Louise Goslin with distinction. Ashley Michelle Landskroner. Gabriel Justin Luntz. Teresa Sue Peterson. Kendra Marie Reichert with distinction. Eilena Marie Zager with high distinction. The following students will be receiving an Associate of Applied Science degree in Physical Therapist Assistant. Madison Ann Carr with distinction. Sarah Elizabeth Christ. Morgan Michelle Daughter with distinction. Cameron Michelle Kimball. Emma May Leitner with distinction. Andrew Jack Lucas. Caitlin Hope Mondak. Austin Wade Nichols.
Haley Nicole Peters with high distinction, with a second Associate of Science degree. Mackenzie Jordan Robert. Haley Lynn Schillig with distinction. Adeline Ruth Stogsdill with high distinction. Erica Ray Sunderland with distinction. Morgan Nicole Schwarzentruber. Ethan Josiah Swim. The following students will be receiving an Associate of Applied Science degree in Police Science. Courtney Nicole Berner with high distinction. Aaron Michael Peterman. Tyra Tamira Woods. The following students will be receiving an Associate of Applied Science degree in Respiratory Care. Wendy Renee Ashurst with distinction. Aubrey Nicole Baldwin. Jaden Alexis Breslauer. Shanae K. Brushner. Shania Prize Driggs. Miranda Danielle Gregory. Madison Marie Martin. Sierra Rose Milhone. Tiffany Amber Miller. Rael L. Paulson with distinction. Brooklyn Marie Smith. Guinevere Delia Still. Wynn Andrew Stoller. The following students will be receiving an Associate of Applied Science degree in Surgical Technology. Ivana A. Belus. Montana M. Boyer with distinction. Patrick Michael Clunan. Erin Nicole Halsey with high distinction. Allie Nicole Hess. Jaden Elizabeth Jeffrey with distinction. Meredith May McCartney. Jocelyn Starr Norson with distinction. Michaela Christine Palmieri with distinction. Madeline K. Pratt. Natalie Nicole Watson. The following students will be receiving an Associate of Arts degree as early college high school students. Leliana K.M. Atkinson with a Second Associate of Science degree. Alexander R. Barth. Savion Tajay Bell with a Second Associate of Science degree. Aiden William Bilbray with distinction with a Second Associate of Science degree. Michael James Belize with a Second Associate of Science degree. Abigail Lynn Brown with distinction, with a second Associate of Science degree. Luciano Capabianco with high distinction, with a second Associate of Science degree. Vanessa Castellano Nunez with a second Associate of Science degree. Blue Deacons with a high distinction, with a second Associate of Science degree. Lena Marie Despasquale with a second Associate of Science degree. Charlotte N. Dietz with a second Associate of Science degree. Asher T. Diuk with distinction, with a second Associate of Science degree. Adrian Joyce Lewis Ellis and also a second Associate of Science degree. Al Rose Evans with distinction, with a second Associate of Science degree. Allison Fauci. Ayana M. Fox. With a second Associate of Science degree. Franklin Manuel Wheatho with a second Associate of Science degree. Gerson Josh Giltoy. Lila A. Jack. Kaysoni L. Jackson. Grace Catherine Joy with a second Associate of Science degree. Cheyenne Marie Kemble. Zachariah Ketchum with a second Associate of Science degree. Kaylin May Laidley with distinction with a second Associate of Science degree. Richard Thomas Manuel, Jr. Christopher Aaron McCarthan with a second Associate of Science degree. Maria Lee Morales. Gideon Thomas Oyster. Nevaeh Marie Parks with a second Associate of Science degree. Emilio Cordero Partridge with a second Associate of Science degree. Mariah Kayleen Ramey. Jazzaray L. Robinson with distinction with a second Associate of Science degree. Michael J. Roden II. With a second Associate of Science degree. Sterling Roloff. Noah George Faz Shaheen with high distinction with the second Associate of Science degree. Nicholas B. Sharp with a second Associate of Science degree. Tuba Sundra with high distinction with a second Associate of Science degree. Alexis Monet Sterling with a second Associate of Science degree. Latija Alana Still. Kyle Andrew Terry with a second Associate of Science degree. Joy T.R. Thompson. With a second Associate of Science degree. Brady James Tolan with a second Associate of Science degree. James R. Tucker with distinction with a second Associate of Science degree. Ariana Michelle Tyson. Stephen J. Vence with a second Associate of Science degree. Brianna K. Vickers with a second Associate of Science degree. Jonathan Wagoner. Jakyle White with a second Associate of Science degree. Anastasia Wilson. Maria Rose Wise with distinction with a second Associate of Science degree. Javon Xavier Wooten. Joshua Akil Young with a second Associate of Science degree.
Will the candidates for graduation please stand? Based upon the recommendations of the faculty and the power invested in me by the state of Ohio, I do hereby bestow upon you the respective Associate of Arts degree, Associate of Science degree, Associate degree of Applied Business, Associate degree of Applied Science, and Associate degree of Technical Studies, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibility pertaining thereto. As a symbol of completion of your degrees, graduates, please switch your tassel from right to left side of your cap Congratulations. Graduates, you may be seated. At this time, I'd like to ask Ryan Joning of Interfaith Campus Ministries to the stage to offer the reflection.
Graduates, let me express my sincere congratulations to each of you. All of you are indeed deserving of the praise, tribute, and accolades that have been sent your way. Enjoy your well-earned honor. As you depart today, think of the ways that you can utilize the training and expertise that you have received from Stark State College in order to serve and enhance the lives of others.
I'm sure you join me in the honor of being a part of this special ceremony. I also want to extend my congratulations and best wishes to each of the graduates as well. At this time, and out of respect for the graduates, members of the audience, please remain in your seats until the platform party and the last graduates have left the auditorium. On behalf of the Canton Civic Center, I do want to apologize for the struggles that you faced with the parking deck today. So for those of you who parked on level 3, we ask that you allow those on level 2 to be able to leave first, since there isn't stairs to get to level 2. If you need to use the elevator, you can use the Arts and Stark building to be able to do so. If you need assistance back to your car, there will be security officers in the back of this room to provide assistance, and they will also be in the deck. Thank you. Congratulations to everyone. Have a great day.
Thank you.